One of the best kept secrets about Grand Bay is this little farm behind me. Well, it's not really that little, it's about 100 acres, but Mason Hills Farm is one of the best sleeper farms that you don't even know about here in Grand Bay. Locally owned and operated. I love that you know exactly where your meat's coming from, and if you take a look behind me, it's pretty impressive. Check how beautiful this scenery is. I love the fact that you can come here, you can pick out all sorts of different cuts of meat, and another feature or fact that I really like too is that this is right here in the heart of Grand Bay. Here, if you hang out with me, we can go check out the entire business.
And we have April who really settled this up, and she's passionate about making sure that we support local and support individual businesses here in Grand Bay. So she reached out to me yesterday and said, hey, can we come by and do a little interview, tour the farm and do some things like that? And so I began to ask her some questions about what does Really Legendary do and what is your background?
We've been in the business for a little over 15 years. And essentially, being a veteran, I'm also certified as a beekeeper, and my goal is to be a local farmer. And it is incredibly important to be a part of the community, and also, you know, grow where you go, so to speak. So This is what we're here for.
So, what is so important about bees? Why are bees important to what even I do?
So I think bees go hand in hand with farming, right? And I think it's a great complement.
Yeah.
So essentially, they're one of the most important pollinators we need. They are not native to the United States, and ultimately they need people like us, farmers, that take care of them and protect them from other things like the environment and pesticides.
So can you give me some really cool bee facts?
Sure. So did you know that in a beehive, there's actually 80,000 to 120,000 bees at any given time?
And one queen.
One queen.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for them, right?
We live in a consumer economy, right? And so do you think the consumer confidence is up, or do you think it's down as you're talking with buyers and sellers?
Microeconomy, I feel like our confidence is a lot greater than macro, just because of, you know, politics and everything. You don't really know unless you're hyper local.
Right.
But we're bouncing about a 6.7 interest rate, and the market's healthy. People are buying and selling every day.
Yeah.
So I think that's a clear indication of what our market's doing.
And so if people are on the fence, what I tell them is if you're on the fence about buying a piece of property, you should go ahead and do it, because if inflation hits or if interest rates go down, if you can find a good deal on something, go ahead and buy it, because you're going to be riding the curve. Historically, your investment's going to increase.
From your personal experience, have you benefited from buying and selling properties?
You know, I think buying and selling properties, people ask, okay, what do you do for a living? Really, real estate is what I do for a living. I buy pieces of real estate like this, and then we add value to them. And so if you can do that, that becomes really, really the best thing you can do with your money. People say, oh, well, get in Bitcoin, get in those things. Those things are really risky. Let me help you with your 401k or those things. Well, I'd rather take a couple $100,000 and put them in a piece of property and then say a year or two be able to sell it for 300, 250, something like that. And so we automatically go ahead and see those gains, and then you can 1031 exchange those into different things and continue just to make it. Or you can borrow against that and go buy you something else. And that's how you kind of create wealth, is to be able to do that.
So what he just showcased is the beautiful entrepreneurial spirit of real estate. And if you put your mind to it, you can make money with your mind no matter what you're wanting to do. As you can see, you've created this beautiful 100-acre, you know, is this from real estate, or is this just?
You know, I think for me, we grew up moderately middle class. I started pushing lawnmowers in high school, and now my dad works for me. And so I've built and sold a few companies, and in real estate really has been the best thing that I could do to generate a little more wealth than anything else. So we bought some property 2019. So we bought it pre-inflationary dollars. Let's say you pay $100,000 for this piece. Now it's worth $150,000, $200,000. And so where else can you go to put money that sits for 5 years that you make $20,000 a year historically? And then if you do it right and you have a good CPA, you can take those same investments and replicate them into other things. You're basically using what is called OPM, other people's money, to generate you some wealth and make your spreadsheet and your bottom line look better.
So as an investor, money isn't what makes you move. And as you can see, some people know a little bit about what they're doing. Thank you so much for your time. I loved hearing all your information.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And if you ever want to have us out here again,
yeah,
check it out.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.